but 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 the one before I get to your beautiful length that you used to bowl and that very traditional action.
Excellent.
What you talk about fear, and there'll be a lot of youngsters watching this, and people say, "Oh, play without fear. Don't worry about the consequences." For youngsters watching this, in your position, walking out to bat. Now you're lucky. You've made it in the game. You're the best that's playing at the moment. Your numbers are fantastic. At the start of your career, or in the middle of your career, even now, what's been your lowest? The lowest you've been? What's the lowest you've been in your career?
I think the lowest point in my career was the England tour in 2014, where that's one phase where I felt like, when as a batsman, you're going to get out in the morning when you wake up. That was the time I felt like that there's no chance I'm getting runs.
Really?
And yeah, to be able and still to get out of bed and just get dressed for the game and to go out there to go through that knowing that you will fail was something that just ate me up. It just demolished me completely. And I promised myself I'm never going to allow myself to feel like that ever again in life. But that was the lowest point and that happened for all the younger guys listening to think right in the game. That happened because I was too focused on doing well from a personal point of view. I wanted to get run. I could never think of what does the team want me to do in this situation. I just got too engulfed with England tour. If I perform here, Test cricket, in my mind, I'm going to feel established and all that crap on the outside, which was not important at all. It just ate me up. I just kept going into a downward spiral, and I just couldn't get out of it. Horrible.
And technique-wise, is it all about just making sure that you prepare well? I talk about training well, making sure that the day before you don't leave any stone unturned, so that whatever happens in the bright lights just happens, but you've got to be able to practice well. Is that right?
Yeah, that's true. But, when you're playing so many games now, and me and AB have spoken about this quite a bit, we don't come to every session and we don't bat for long periods anymore. So if I have 2 sessions of batting and I go to the first one and the first one's precise, I would take the next day off, relax, make sure I'm physically right and good to go 120%. I would not go to the ground just for the sake of it. If I'm not getting anything out of that practice session, I will not go to the stadium anymore. So that's obviously a gradual change, but at the start of my career, I wanted to learn, I wanted to see as much as I could. I wanted to observe other people, and that was a different kind of preparation back then. But now it's become sort of different. And I think technique also, it's everything's mental. I mean, you've played in a time where you were walking and hitting fast bowlers. Coaches don't teach you that. So it's innovation, it's staying ahead of the opponent, it's thinking one step ahead of the opponent. And these things, if you're aware, if you're thinking about how to win the game for your team, these things come to you. If you're too personal in your approach, you're too self-centered, you're thinking only about yourself, then you're just looking for ways to get out eventually. Because people are going to find you out. You're not getting out of your comfort zone because you don't want to fail. So this is a gradual sort of transition that happens over the years. But as a youngster, I was at every practice session. I was in there. I just wanted to be watching people, observing, asking questions. I think conversations are the most important thing for any cricketer.
Yeah, you say I used to run at batters, and they don't coach that. They also don't coach the switch hit, something that you can't do. So at least there's something I can do that you can't do.
Yeah, I know. And something that you will never be able to do, and I did, which was to get you out.
that's where we're moving on to now. I just want to tell every single person watching this that I mean, I would love to show you our WhatsApps. He's mentioned about 75,000 times in the last 3 or 4 days since we said we'd do this interview. When can I talk about how I got you out? When can I? And I can't remember.
You can't remember? I don't know exactly. I think it was Southampton T20, if I'm not wrong.
Stumped down the next side.
It was your famous one-leg flick where you took your back leg off the crease and MS got you stumped. And by the way, I'm the only bowler in cricket history. Know this. I'm the only bowler in the history of cricket to get a wicket in international cricket without bowling a legitimate delivery, and you were the batsman. I got you stumped on a wide ball. It was 0 balls, 1 wide, 1 wicket. No one's done that. No one.
The
Wow,
thing
thank you
is,
so much.
the thing is, there's method in my madness, mate. I just wanted to be able to commentary box. It'll be something we talk about, that we show. I mean, it's
You know,
friendship.
I saw you walking off, and you'd played with me 2 years, and you wouldn't even look at me. I was celebrating. You were so embarrassed. You just looked down and you walked away. And I laughed so hard after that game. I was like, bloody hell, he didn't want to look at me because I would have laughed in your face. Oh, wow.
I
Good
think I
boy,
might have
good boy.
broken a bat there actually, because I just thought, Jesus, I can just see this coming. Forever, he's going to abuse me. Forever. And it's still happening. And that was what, 9 years ago. Prick. The thing is as well, it's MS too. So, I mean, I was having some fun with commentary with MS a few years ago. And Jesus, he never got me out. So there's a lot of people who'll be watching this too that always say, oh, you're MS Dhoni's first test wicket. I referred it and it was not out. Remember?
Yeah, yeah.
And they were, I'm your first test wicket. I'm your first. He even fucking said it on commentary when I was
Yeah, but
interviewing.
look, the thing is, MS has a point because it came up on the stump mics, but nothing came up on the hotspot. So he has a point.
Bullshit. Don't you start backing him. Yours was out. You got me out. He never got me out.
Mine was legitimate. You can never question that.
Yes.
You didn't even look to go back. You just walked off.
No, I was never getting out to MS. To you, I don't mind, but at least that action I could at least sort of talk about. Well, I mean, I didn't really pick it up. It came at an angle. It came at that kind of angle. MS had a bit of a conventional thing, so I was like, I cannot get out to that. That is filth.
That was a fast bowling.
Who's the best? Who's your favorite batting partner? Before we'll finish off with fans and social media now.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your favorite batting partner?
Favorite batting partner? Two people that I've enjoyed the most batting with. I love guys who can run really well and who understand my calling and intent to run. So I think MS, when playing for India, we've run the best together, and AB otherwise. I mean, AB and me are like, we don't even need to say anything. It's just the partnership flows. We don't talk cricket as well in between, and it's just amazing. Yeah.
Brother, I've got a load of stuff here that I just want to go over, just fans, social media, and I mean, I suppose we play to entertain. We play for the fans. We're sitting in a situation at the moment where we're having to entertain on Instagram Live because you can't go and slap bowlers all over the Chinnaswamy Stadium because of what's happening in the world. But how important are fans to you? How important? I mean, I just did a little thing here now. Social media. I looked on Instagram now. Ronaldo, 210 million followers. Messi, 146 million followers. You've got 53 million followers. You've got Federer at 7 million, Hamilton at 15 million, Tom Brady at 7 million, McIlroy at 2 million, Bolt at 9 million. Does that come with responsibility?
It does. It does. Honestly, I see a lot of backing and love from genuine fans on social media now. The good thing about social media now is that they're able to show you that support and that love in times that other people are not really willing to. So I think I felt this over the years that, the number of people that like you and that appreciate what you do, their intent, their energy, it really motivates you, and it